The DU-CUET exam is around the corner and many students have chosen Delhi University for the undergraduate program. Want to get some insights about DU-CUET exam? Then watch this video and grab all the detailed information about how to crack the DU-CUET exam with Nishtha Goel.
Since last year, while we have the new education policy being implemented, as you all know, we have CUET right now. So for BMS and BBA also, you need to take the CUET exam. Specifically for BMS and BBA, you need 3 main subjects, one being English, the next one being maths, and the third one being general test. You need the score of all the 3 subjects in order to get admission into BMS and BBA courses at Delhi University. So many students ask me if the maths they have is applied maths or core maths. Does it make a difference, or is it necessary to take applied maths to get an edge, or maybe core maths to get an edge? So there's no clear distinction given by Delhi University. Whichever subject you would have studied in your class 11th and 12th, आपने standard maths लिए तो वो और core maths applied maths लिए तो वो, whichever you studied in class 11th and 12th, you need to take the CUET exam of that itself. You need 3 main exams: English, maths, general test, and based on your scores and ranks, you will hopefully get SSCBS or any college you wish to come to. I would say CUET being tough or being easy depends on the level of your preparation. So prepare the best you can, put in all of your efforts, and try to solve past year papers, as I mentioned. Try to take mocks for other entrance exams also, like IP MAT and all of that, and you'll get an idea. CUET for domain subjects can also be gauged through how you performed in your boards, because the syllabus is same. But I personally believe that objective questions are easier to solve than subjective ones. So that's an edge that you have in CUET. So if you are thorough with your basics, then solving objective questions from the same syllabus might be easier for you. You must create a study plan for yourself, because it will be personal to you and it will be customized for you. So once you analyze like which subjects are important, where should you put your energies into, whether it's the domain specific subjects or general test or maybe both, you can maybe segregate, you can maybe lay down the entire syllabus in one Excel sheet, or maybe any whiteboard or any notebook that you would like, and divide it under that and see how many days are left. So roughly I would say 30, 25, 20, 25 days are left. You can segregate the topics based on days. So if it's a Monday, I would complete this much topic. I would complete this much syllabus. I would touch these 3 subjects and I would complete these 3 topics. Next day, I would touch the other 3 subjects and I would complete these 3 topics. And it's also up to you whether you want to, some people find that studying maths is very exhausting. So you might pair it up with a lighter subject like maybe language, or maybe if you like studying theory, so maybe you can pair it up with business studies. It's all up to you. If you don't feel maths is heavy, you can practice accountancy that day as well, if you're comfortable. So try to complete topics as the day passes. Don't ever count the number of hours that you're putting in, because you never know if you're very efficient. Some people might study the same content in 2 hours. You might take 4 hours. And then you will be under the impression that I studied 4 hours every day, I could not crack it. The one who was studying for 2 hours and watching Netflix for 2 hours is sitting in XYZ college. I could not make it to that college. See, everybody is different. Everybody needs to put a different amount of work. And it's up to you So if you know yourself, the better you know yourself, the better you will be able to craft a study plan for yourself. And try to complete topics in a day. If you have a free day, if you don't have any other classes, if it's a weekend, try to fit in more topics that day, or maybe schedule short breaks and cover up more syllabus during the weekend or whenever you're free. So these are some tips that can help you to craft your own customized study planner. Don't ever try to fit in your schedule to some planner given by any content creator online, or any of your friends is following a planner. Don't try to fit in to that specifically, because it might do more harm to you than benefit. Because if you are trying to fit into a timetable that's not meant for you, you are firstly not utilizing the time that you have. Secondly, you're pressurizing yourself by wasting time on activities that you're trying to fit into that timetable. So it's a lose-lose situation, so to say. Don't ever do that, because time is the most important thing right now, and you need to plan it efficiently. Keep your basics clear, whether it is language test or maths or general test. Basics are the way to go. And if your basics are clear, language test will be a piece of cake for you as well. Domain specific subjects specifically stick to NCRT, but for other entrances also, where they focus more on, mathematical portion of things and the logical side of things, logical reasoning, then you can obviously expand your horizon as much as you can, because that type of questions do not have a syllabus. But when you're talking about domain specific subjects or maybe theory subjects, you might have a prescribed syllabus in the form of NCRT that you need to cover these topics. So that might be the guiding principle. I would say that, try to practice a diverse resource here when we talk about general test, because expanding your logical reasoning, expanding your critical reasoning are not something that I would say that do this XYZ book and this would be good for you. Whatever practice you do will help you in acing general test. There's no set limit ki do XYZ number of questions and you're good to go. I would say keep on practicing. General test is something that you get better at it as you practice more. So keep on practicing from different sources. Maybe you can look at past year papers of DU-CUET. That might be a very good resource, because DU-CUET majorly covered these sort of questions. Maybe you can look at past year questions of other entrances like IP MAT or Christ exam, IPU CET, because these entrances broadly cover such themes like logical reasoning and verbal ability. So that might be a good resource as to gauge the level of questions that might be asked. When we talk about Delhi University as a whole, we have a plethora of companies coming here to recruit. When we specifically talk about top colleges like SRCC, LSR, Sukhdev, Stephens, we have all the top companies. If you've heard of MBB, so we get MBB, McKinsey, Bain, BCG. Consulting, if you want to go into consulting, we get the top banks, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank. They all come to campus to recruit. If you talk about other startups, so if you're an entrepreneurial person, if you want to go into startups like many different startups come to the college to recruit. So an interesting fact that when Zomato was just beginning as a startup and raised its first round of funding, they came to Sukhdev to recruit, and the founders themselves, Nishtha Goel, he was there in the campus and taking interviews of the students himself. So when Zomato was not the Zomato that it is today, they came as a startup to recruit, and then it became on to become whatever it is today. So it's a very interesting thing, the placements and all, because there's a plethora of opportunities for everyone out there. So you might get some companies in some colleges and they might not come to other colleges, but the top companies generally go to all the top colleges. There might be a difference of one or two here and there. Actually, last year, if I remember correctly, LSR had the highest package of around 40 to 44 lakhs. This was CTC. So for students who do not know, CTC is cost to company. That's a package that the company mentions in the offer letter, which includes everything from your salary to the bonuses that you'll get on joining bonus and all. CTC might be higher than what you would actually get as cash. So CTC might be misleading sometimes, but the highest CTC that we saw last year was 44 lakhs at LSR. I guess Bank of America offered it. Talking about Sukhdev, I guess last year we had BCG that was offering a package of around 25 lakhs. Last year we had CRED, which offered a package of 36 lakhs to a student who was interning there. So depends on the performance of students as well. So that person was good enough to grab an internship at CRED and convert it to a full-time opportunity, and then CRED eventually offered such a good package to him. So yeah, it depends on how your peers are performing, how the reputation of your college among recruiters. and the general trend that your seniors have been doing. So if your seniors are recruited in certain company, the company also observes that this person came from SRCC, this person came from Sukhdev, he or she is performing good. That means that the future recruits from these colleges would also be good. So they continue to keep coming to your college for placements. So how your seniors perform when they go to their companies also is a good factor of which company will you get on your campus. Time management before the exam is as important as it is during the exam. So do not neglect the importance of mocks. It is the prime time now. We have around 1 month left. So when we talk about time management, don't forget that you need to manage time inside the examination hall as well. So keep that in mind and start practicing mocks and start timing yourself while you're practicing. That will help you a lot. I guess all of it depends on your attitude while you're taking the exam. If you're very nervous, if you're very anxious of what would happen if I don't know the answers to the questions, what would happen if I don't get my dream college, all these things are not going to help you in any way in improving your score. So better not think about them. Whenever you're in your examination hall, think of whatever you've been doing, have faith in yourself. You know how much you've prepared, how much effort you've put in. Have faith on that, trust yourself, and leave the rest to God. I would say give your best and leave the rest. In the examination hall, it becomes all the more important because stress is not going to help you, but the lack of it will help you. So if you are very calm and composed, you might be able to, handle stress questions better. I would say the goal is never to score full marks. As I said that questions are designed in such a way that some of them are always traps and they are meant to be avoided. So if an exam has a question that is meant to be avoided, they obviously don't want you to, score full marks. It's a very different approach to how you prepare for your board exams. In your board exams, your aim is always to, score the maximum you can, not make any mistakes. Same should be here, but your ultimate aim should be to perform the best you can, and it should be better than your peers. It's a very, blunt way of putting it, but you'll only get the admission when you perform better than your peers.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.